What's going on, everybody? A little bit late on the upload today because I got disgruntled. I got upset. I got frustrated more than anything else. I had shot a video real early in the week, and I had it. The video was done. I mean, the story was solid. Everything was good. And I had an effect in the beginning that I wanted to do. And I spent a whole bunch of time editing that effect, more time than I should have. But I didn't scrub through the video first to check everything. What I did was I immediately went in and started editing that stuff. And between the filming and the editing, by the time it was all said and done, it was a whole lot of time that I had spent on it. And then I actually got into the meat of the video. And I immediately noticed that it was out of focus. Most of the time, I have my cinema lens on that it's a manual focus lens. I focus it, I don't touch the camera, I'm good to go. With this effect, I had to touch something, and I had a different lens on. And with that, I had turned manual focus on, and I had autofocus on normally. Because I had the manual focus on, I manually focused it to about here versus back here. And I was just slightly out of focus. And I probably could have gotten away with putting it up. And I showed it to one person, and I talked about it to a couple of people, and pretty much everyone said, just upload it. Those of you that follow me, those of you that know me, know that I am a stickler for having things in focus. One of my biggest pet peeves is that if you are someone in photography or videography, that if your stuff is not in focus, that's like, come on. That is like the most basic of things. That if you can't film or you can't take a picture and it's not in focus, what are you doing? There's a certain individual that comes to mind that he's notorious for not being able to shoot things in focus. And absolutely incredible. The fact that he even shows up anywhere anymore and people still allow him to show up anymore boggles my mind. But that is not for this video. So I had done this whole big thing, and I wanted to edit the video, and it was a great video. It was about 9 minutes long, and I think that everyone would have really enjoyed it. It's going to happen. Gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot that stuff all again, and I am going to put that video out. For now, you guys get stuck with this. So it's gonna be a little bit of a lesson for you guys, that at the end of the day, you gotta just keep going. And there was a part of me that just didn't want to upload anything this week, and I didn't want to do this. And because I was frustrated with a lot of work, and I said, you know what, I'll upload it in a couple of days. And that was my downfall last time, was that I would kind of get frustrated with something, or something would come up and I wouldn't have a chance to do it, and I would just put it off instead of saying that I have a deadline and I need to get it done. And what had happened was that I had gotten complacent with not doing it. So, it happened once, and then I would just, you know what, I'll pick up next week instead of doing it in the middle of the week. Or, oh, you know what, something came up twice in a row, and I just didn't have the ability to do what I wanted to do. So with that, I ended up going from uploading every week to not uploading anymore, and to basically stopping. And it pretty much only lasted a little while, because it happened really early on. And I really don't want that to happen with this, because I have no excuse. I have nothing going on. I'm not going anywhere. This whole stay-at-home, shelter-in-place order, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm good with it. And this is my chance and my time to be able to do stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. And I think that the more that I can get in the routine of doing things, the better off I'll be in this. And I think that goes true with anyone. The more you can get into a routine of doing something, that the more likely you are to continue doing it. And this is something that it is, what time is it? 20 after 2 in Texas. And so I'm filming this now. I'm gonna edit it super quick and I'm gonna upload it, and hopefully it's up by 3 o'clock. So when you guys see this, you'll realize that this is, you know, from a half hour ago. And I'm doing this more so because I need to hold myself accountable and because I need to keep myself on a schedule and deadlines. Not for any other reason other than I want to for me. So that's my tip for you guys. That's my takeaway for you guys, is to, no matter what happens, just keep going. You know, no matter what kind of obstacles get in your way or anything, just keep going. Because only losers quit. And there's a popular saying in wrestling, or a popular, I guess, yeah, I'll go with saying, that losing doesn't matter. I mean, as we all know, pro wrestling is it's a predetermined outcome, and a lot of people look at wins and losses as something that matter, and they don't. And a lot of people will look at someone like Ric Flair, who is a, I guess WWE calls him a 16-time world champion. But that means that he had to lose that championship all those times. So, you know, at the end of the day, he lost it 15, 16, multiple times just so that he could earn his way to be a 16-time world champion. I mean, you throw in the other title reigns and stuff like that, he's higher than that, but we're not going to get into that. Another video. So it doesn't matter how many times you fall, no matter how many times you stumble, no matter how many times you get hung up or fail at something. It's being able to keep going, push through it, keep going. Even if you don't want to, even if you really just don't have the desire to. There's a lot of things that I have failed and that I have just totally quit on. And this is something that I enjoy doing. So it's not something that I want to stop doing. And it's not something that I really want to fail at, because I don't like failing. I don't think anyone likes failing. But I don't like having failure associated with anything that I do. So that's my takeaway. But I'll catch you guys on the next video, which I'll be filming today, so that it is done, so that I have time, so that I don't fail again. Because I'm gonna prepare, and I'm gonna make sure that my autofocus is on, because it wasn't even when I started filming this video again. I had the manual focus on still, and I was out of focus again, so I had to redo the video again. And I only noticed it about halfway through. So thankfully, I only wasted about 5 minutes of my time. But it was still a laughable offense, because I was just bitching about not having my stuff in focus because my manual focus is on instead of my autofocus, because this has facial tracking. So no matter where I move, the lens follows. Lesson learned. If you have autofocus, keep it on if you're moving at all. With that, I will catch you guys on the flip side. Till next time.